In this video, I'll be showing you how to get every single weapon in classic/killer mode. From the P90 to the SVD is going to be covered in this video. Before we start the video, only 3% of my viewers actually subscribe. So if you find this video informative, I would really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna keep this brief, but just in case you didn't know, you get weapons in this game mode by going into a certain location and interacting with the weapon giver. You can also get all weapons in this game mode by owning the VIP Game Pass, but for this guide, I'm gonna be assuming that you don't have the Game Pass. Also, some weapons require a Game Pass for you to get, like the MG42, freeze gun, and hookshot. I will also not be including those in this section either. If you want to get those weapons, just buy the Game Passes up on screen. Finally, as a new addition, I will be discussing how to get more ammo for your weapons for this game mode later in the video. That is all, let's get started. To get the AK-47, first jump down to the facility and walk up to this section here. Then turn right and walk towards this door. If it is closed, you'll have to use the green button under the desk to open it. You may have to angle your camera under the desk in order to be able to interact with it. Then walk through the door and go straight into this room. Then turn right and continue going straight until you come to this intersection. Turn right again and go down here into the sewers. Go through this door and then take a right and walk up into this room here. Then continue straight until you get to this bridge made out of wooden boards. Walk over it and then go through this door and you'll see a locked vault with a keypad next to it. Input the code 1947, which is gone from paper 8 in the pump center, and the vault door will open. You will now see the AK-47 on the wall in front of you. Interact with the weapon giver to get the gun. To obtain the N94, first jump down into the facility and walk up the main corridor until you reach these two doors. Take a left and then walk down a bit until you reach this door. Then take a right, then a left, and walk all the way down to this intersection. Turn left, then walk into the cafeteria. Looking at the drinks machine, you will see that there is a closed door above it. To open it, go to the left side of the drinks machine and interact with this orange button. It will begin to open the door. Conversely, interacting with it again will close the door. Once the door is open, jump on top of the drinks machine and go inside the now accessible room, and you'll find the weapon giver for the N94. Interact with it to get the N94. To get the AWP, first go down into the facility and walk all the way down to the main corridor until you reach this huge room named the Large Corridor. Then turn right and walk towards the door on the left. Open it, then go to the broom closet and then go down the hole into the sewers. Then turn left and head up the staircase to the Cleaner 1 room. Next, open up this passage here and head inside. Walk up the hallway and then turn left and walk up these stairs. Finally, open this door and you'll now find the AWP giver in the sewer generator room. Interact with it and you'll now have the AWP in your possession. To get the DB shotgun, head down into the facility and walk all the way down the hallway until you get to the large corridor. Then turn left and walk towards this door here. Head inside and walk straight until you find yourself in this room here. Then walk up to the door with staff only written next to it. If the door is closed, use the green buttons inside the desks behind you to open it. Then walk inside and you'll find the DB shotgun giver. Interact with it to get the weapon. To obtain the Desert Eagle, you'll first want to head down into the facility, and when you reach this section, turn right and go for this door. If it is closed, you can open it by interacting with the green button under the desk. You may have to angle your camera down in order to do so. Then go straight for this door, then turn right and continue going straight until you reach this intersection. Then turn left and head into the jail section. Continue forward until you reach the second open cell on the left. Walk inside the cell and you'll find the Desert Eagle giver. Interact with it to get the weapon. To obtain the G36C, head down into the facility and go all the way down the hallway until you reach the large corridor. Then take a right and walk up towards this door here. Go through it and continue forward until you reach the checkpoint. Open the checkpoint door. If the door behind it is closed, you'll have to go through the vent here and use the green button on the control panel to open it. Conversely, interacting the red button will close the door. Then take a note of this door in front of you labeled Armory Number 1. Is it open or is it closed? This will change what you have or don't have to do. Next, try to jump onto the sides of this pit. If you successfully land on these edges, then you're good. However, if you accidentally fall into the pit, you can use these trusses on the side to get out of it. Now, if that door from earlier was open, skip to the time up on screen, as you can skip the following step. However, if it was closed, you'll see that there are 4 hallways leading to different rooms. Go down the hallway that has a door at the end that is labeled office. Go through that door and then you're going to see another room inside that room that has glass windows. Go inside that room and on the table you'll see a red key card. Pick it up by interacting with it and then exit the office room. Now return back to the pit from earlier elevator and climb up this truss here. You may have a bit of difficulty climbing it. Make sure to climb it from the side facing the wall and then just move to the left while spam jumping. Also make sure to unequip any weapons you may have equipped, and you should make it atop the platform. Now walk up to the door labeled Armory number 1. Now if the door is open, you can just walk straight through, but if it is closed, next to it you'll see a place where you can slide a key card. Equip the red key card you got earlier. If you have a lot of items in your hotbar, it may not appear at first, so you have to open your backpack and move your red key card into the hotbar before being able to equip it, and then put the key card into the slot by moving your character into the key card slot while the key card is equipped. You will now see that the door is opening. Once it has, walk into the room and you'll see the G36C giver. Interact with it and you'll now have the weapon. To get the M4A1, jump down and head up the main corridor until you reach these 2 doors. Then go through the one on the left and walk up until you reach this door. Go through it, then turn left and walk all the way down until you reach this intersection. Then turn left and walk up into the cafeteria. Then walk across the cafeteria until you reach this door behind the counter. Go through it and you'll be inside the cafeteria kitchen. Continue through and you'll find yourself in the food processing room. Behind this pile of trash bags, you'll notice that there is a vent. Go through the vent and you'll see the M4A1 giver behind this fan. If the fan is off, then you can just walk straight through and get the M4A1. However, if it is on, then you have to go back to the food processing room and traverse into the tableware room. You will see a generator surrounded by what is probably toxic waste. To get over this toxic waste, quickly spam jump over it until you reach the platform the generator is resting on. It will harm you for a bit afterwards, so wait until it stops harming you before you go back across. You don't want to end up having not enough health and then end up dying after you go back over it. Just for reference, if your health bar is greenish after it stops dealing damage, you should be fine. Finally, be careful of any killers that may appear, particularly Granny as she spawns near the generator. Your health will probably be lower after going over the toxic waste, so it will be easier to die from any enemies. Anyway, you'll want to interact with the switch on the generator to turn it from on to off, then head back over to the vent behind the trash, go through it, and you'll now see that the fan is turned off. You can now walk through and get the M4A1 by interacting with its giver. To get the M14, head down into the facility and walk forward until you reach this pair of doors. Go through the door on the left and then walk up the hallway until you reach this door and go through it. Next, turn left and walk all the way down the hallway until you reach the medical room. Go inside the medical room and you'll find the M14 giver. Interact with it and you'll now have the M14. To get the M16A2/M203, head into the facility and go all the way down until you reach the large corridor. Take a right and head into this door at the end on the left. Next, head into the broom closet and go down the hole to get to the sewers. Now, go up and take a left and you'll see this little crevice near the fan. What you want to do is head into first person and hug the wall while traversing around the fan. Do not fall into the fan as you will die. Once you reach the opening, go through it and you will now find the M16A2/M203 giver. Interact with it and you'll now have the weapon. To exit, go into first person, carefully head back out of the opening, making sure you don't accidentally walk into the fan, and hug the wall again while you walk around the fan. Once you're safe enough distance away from the fan, you're good. To get the M1014, first head down into the facility, and while you're going up this hallway, turn right and go through this door here, which will feature an elevator behind it. If the elevator is closed, call it up to your floor by using the button next to the door. Then, once it has come to your floor and the doors have opened, go inside and interact with the down arrow button. This will bring the elevator down to the pipe complex. Next, go through this door and then go through this door on the right, and then head all the way down, enter this room, then turn right, then turn left, then take a right, and finally a left. You will now be in this room here, and you'll see the M1014 giver on the wall. Interact with it to get the M1014. To get back up, go back the same way you came, and instead of using the down arrow button, use the up arrow button to go back up to the main floor. If the elevator has already gone back up, you can again use the button next to the elevator door to call it back down. Alright, that's all I need to mention for this weapon. On to the next one. To get the MP5K, go inside the facility and walk up the main corridor until you reach this section here. Now, go through the door on the right. If the door is closed, you'll have to use the green button under the desk to open it. You may have to move your camera down to be able to interact with it. Then, turn right, head down the hallway, and then turn right again into the mine shaft. Next, head down the long corridor with the tracks on the ground. If the platform is there, you can use it to get there much faster. Just stand atop the platform and use the buttons near the chair, and it'll take you down to the end. If the platform isn't there, however, don't fret, as it won't take too much longer just to walk there on your own. Once you've made it, go through the door and you'll notice an elevator. If the elevator doors are closed, you have to call it down by using the button next to the doors. Once the elevator is at your floor and the doors have opened, head on inside and use the up arrow button to send the elevator up to the top. Once you're at the top and the doors have opened, go through the final door and you'll see the MP5K giver. Interact with it and you'll now have the weapon. You can exit either by going down for the elevator, which will bring you back to the mine shaft, or you can head through the door labeled exit, which will put you in the cargo area. To get the P90, you'll first have to head down into the facility and walk all the way up the main corridor until you reach the large corridor. Then turn left and head towards this door here. Walk through it and then go up the hallway until you're in this room, and then walk through the door on the left. Continue straight until you end up in this room. Then head through this door and turn right into this room here. Finally, turn left into this hallway and head all the way down and then turn right. You'll now see the P90 giver. Interact with it and you'll now have the P90. To get the R870, head down into the facility and then walk all the way up the hallway until you reach these two doors. Turn left through this door and walk up to this door and go through it. Now turn left and walk all the way up to this intersection. Turn left and then walk up the stairs and take another left. Walk all the way down this hallway until you find this room on the left. Walk inside it and you'll now see the R870 giver. Interact with it to get the weapon. Before you get the ray gun, I suggest you walk into this building and equip the zombie morph. You can do this by walking over the square on the ground that is in front of the zombie outfit. Equipping this morph will prevent you from taking radiation damage. In addition, and this is something I didn't mention last time or in my all badges video for classic/killer mode, it will also make zombies ignore you and not follow you. However, it will not prevent taking damage if you touch them, nor any other enemies, so you still have to be careful of them. Next, jump down into the facility and walk all the way up the main corridor until you reach these two doors. Walk through the door on the left and head all the way down the hallway right into the radioactive area. Then climb up the ladder that's above this pile of dirt. If you're having trouble getting up the ladder and you have a weapon equipped, unequip your weapon while you are climbing. Also, be careful of the zombies that are above, as they can sometimes be right where you exit the ladder, making it easy to die. Then walk down the hallway and turn right into this crevice. If there are zombies blocking the way and you're wearing the zombie suit, wait for them to clear out of the way before you head down. If you aren't wearing the zombie suit, either you forgot to or you just didn't want to, you can leave them elsewhere and then go through. Alternatively, if you already have a gun, you can just kill them. Finally, when you're at the end of the first crevice and are heading down into the second one, check to make sure there isn't a zombie right there at the bottom, as they do head down there as a part of their walking path. Once you're in the clear, walk down into the second crevice, and at the end you'll see the ray gun giver. Interact with it to get the weapon. To exit the radioactive area, just go back the same way you came. To obtain the SVD, head down into this facility and walk all the way down until you reach these two doors. Then turn right and keep heading straight until you reach this room. Then walk towards the furthest crates on the right, and under them at the back you'll find an opening. Go through the opening, into the hole, and at the end you'll see the SVD giver. Interact with it and you'll have the SVD. You can exit the hole by going back the same way you came. These last two weapons are a bit different, as in order to obtain them, you first have to earn a badge in Kill House mode. To get the M1911, you'll have to get the Hawkeye badge, and to get the crossbow, you'll have to get the Speedmaster badge. Now, since this video is already quite long, I won't be covering how to get these badges in this video. However, I will leave links to two videos showing you how to get these badges in the description, pinned comment, and in the eye in the top right corner of your screen. Once you've gotten those badges, head back into classic/killer mode, and you'll now have the weapons when you join. As long as you still have the badge, these weapons will always be in your inventory, no matter if you leave the game and rejoin or if you die while playing. Well, that's all of the weapons in classic/killer mode, so I'll now be quickly showing you where to get more ammo for your weapons. Head down into the facility and walk down the hallway into this section. Head through the door on the left. If it is closed, you'll have to use the green button under the desk. You may have to move your camera down a bit to be able to interact with it. Once the door is open, head through the short hallway, go through this door, and you'll now be in the room with the ammo box. Head over to it, it's behind this table, and then either walk over it or interact with it. All weapons in your inventory will now be refilled to max ammo. If you ever need to do this while playing the game, just come back to the same location and you'll be able to do so. You can also refill a weapon's ammo by going to its weapon giver and then interacting with it after you already have the weapon. This will reload that particular weapon's ammo to full. Well, that's all the information I need to get for classic/killer mode, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe, as I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're looking for something else to watch, why don't you watch my all badges video on classic/killer mode? I think it'll help you out a lot. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.